Hi, my name is Mary. Today FM plays the best music in Lambasa. Today FM rocks.
My name is Thomas. I'm here in Nakasi and I like to listen to Today FM because it rocks.
My name is Milenia. Today FM rocks here in Singatoka.
My name is Alfriti and Today FM rocks here in Tabwa.
My name is Mary Jane. I love listening to Today FM here in Ba. Today FM rocks.
My name is Ilaiti Ambal and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks here in Osur.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
In the news tonight, TD04F expected to be in Fiji waters by tomorrow night. Minister issues stern directive to school heads, and 6 suspects in custody for 4 alleged murder cases.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jackie Spate.
Tropical Depression 04F is expected to be in the Fiji waters by tomorrow night. The Fiji Met Services has been closely monitoring 2 tropical depressions, TD04F and TD05F, and have predicted the 2 will merge before crossing into Fiji waters. Felipe Naikaso has more.
Tropical Depression TD04F is predicted to be located very close to Rotuma tomorrow night and over Vanu level late Saturday or on Sunday.
Yeah, it depends on the analysis and the further development of the system. So the prediction is it will going to merge and move towards the Fiji waters.
As the system tracks over Rotuma, it is expected to remain slow-moving and intensify, increasing the risk of flooding.
This system will be coming with heavy rain and rain ban. So people need to be cautious of the flash flooding with low-lying areas and small streams to be affected.
A heavy rain warning remains in force for Vanu Levu, Taviuni and nearby smaller islands, the eastern half of Viti Levu, Lau and the Lomé Viti group. Felipe Naikaso, FBC News.
The National Disaster and Management Office stood down today in terms of emergency operations and will examine the weather situation tomorrow. Director NDMO Anare Lewaningila says this follows an advisory from the Met Office that TD03F has passed. However, more rough weather is on the way. Savada Tambor reports.
Despite the current Tropical Depression 03F pathway, the NDMO will not sit back and relax as 2 more depressions are currently approaching the country.
We've been advised by the Fiji Met Services that we have 2 tropical depression and a tropical disturbance that is moving closer to the Fiji group. So we will activate our divisional and district officers probably on Friday. That is just to ensure that we keep watch over the holiday that is before us, as we expect these 2 particular disturbances to be near the Fiji waters.
Officials have visited flood-prone areas this week and advised people of the need to be prepared in the case of heavy rainfall and potential flooding. Meanwhile, Police Chief of Operations CCP Maritinongio Levu has emphasized the need for preparation.
You make sure that you prepare well, abide by the guidance and advice that has been given out or dished out by authorities through the media. It is very important for us to work together.
The public is advised to listen to the radio for weather advice and follow the instructions given out by various authorities. Sabera Tambua, FBC News.
The Fiji Roads Authority is advising those driving along the Transinsular Highway in Savusavu to take extra precaution due to a landslide. The landslide near Vatulele village happened at about 2 p.m. today. One side of the road has been cleared off by FRA contractors to allow traffic to proceed on 1 lane. An electricity power line on the spot of the slide is leaning towards the road. A team from EFL is on site to ensure there is no harm from the live wires. FBC News understands it has been raining in Savusavu since this morning. Education Minister Rosie Akbar has issued a directive that various school head teachers and principals should get busy and start teaching classes this year. Akbar says it was brought to her attention that some school heads don't teach, and she said this should not be the case. Ali Kimbia with the story.
Not mincing her words, Education Minister Rosie Akbar, while speaking to various school heads, said they should be taking a leading role in school.
You've got to start teaching. You are the most experienced person in the school.
Akbar has also demanded transparency and accountability and the need for head teachers and principals to deliver quality service.
Do justice, please, to your position as a head. That's my expectation. Get out of those comfort zones. You know, where you are in your office, some of you have air-conditioned office, some of you have tinted offices, some of you still have those offices, they're not so good. Get out of that.
With a lot of changes expected in the education system, Akbar says school heads should be leading from the front.
Take ownership, show your staff, show your community. You are a leader that matters. You are a leader that is going to walk the talk.
Akbar has reminded them to be firm and assertive while making decisions and ensure that students get the best learning environment. Ali Kimbia, FBC News.
Police have made a breakthrough in the investigation of 4 murders last month. Chief of Operations ACP Martin Ongiolevu confirms 6 people are in police custody for their alleged involvement in these cases. Pranita Prakash has more.
2 people were taken in custody for allegedly killing 22-year-old Rana Prasad of Old Namara settlement in Khalsa Mavua. Prasad was reported missing by her father on the 22nd of December and her body was discovered in Muanikau, Suva 2 days later. The partly decomposed body was discovered by a farmer from Korva settlement. Meanwhile, ICP Ngiolevu confirms a man has been charged and remanded in custody for the alleged murder of Bhagwan Singh, who was found dead in his Narere home on Christmas Eve. And 2 people have also been taken into police custody for the alleged murder of 36-year-old Felipe Loloma of Kandavu on Monday. It has been reported the 2 were drinking with the deceased prior to his death. In the 4th case, a suspect is in custody for the alleged murder of a security officer in Suva last Monday. Meanwhile, an investigation is also underway into the death of a 36-year-old security officer whose body was discovered in a creek in Vesinda Nasinu on Christmas Day. Finally, police have established the cause of death as drowning for a 48-year-old man whose body was discovered in a drain at Saro Place in Vatuanga, Suva last week. They say there were no sign of injuries or any foul play and the deceased was intoxicated prior to his death. Pranita Prakash, FBC News.
Still to come, 7 drunk drivers arrested on New Year's Day. And planned border shutdown in Nausori this weekend. Details after the break.
Bula, neva ngo malakai leloma, ngo ngai nakas ondo bagrong ng Bula FM, nambang 2 na sere.
Hoya ubasit sai sa Lambasa, ya ondo talita na warong ng Bula FM, nambang 2 na sere.
Guya do tumeli, ako na tao no hinga toka, talita kina na warong ng Bula FM, nambang 2 na sere.
Wana tunga ng Bula FM, nambang 2 na sere nawaluan.
Na vengo fane na tao ngo singa toka, kita ondo talita ka ng Bula FM, nambang 2 na sere.
Bula FM, nambang 2 na sere.
Driving under the influence of alcohol presents a major danger on our roads and highways, and the beginning of 2019 seems no different. Police Director Traffic SSP Mahesh Mishra says 7 drivers started the new year yesterday by being arrested for drink and drive. Kritika Kumar reports.
SSP Mishra says drivers need to seriously change their attitude.
Of course, is trying all his best to ensure how we can create a safe road environment. However, the drivers are the real people, or they are the one who should be responsible whilst driving on the road.
He says drivers need to act responsibly and work together to make 2019 a safer year for drivers and pedestrians.
We want you all to work together in 2019. We would like to ask your support and your cooperation, and let us be responsible and be careful, as last year we have lost 70 people's lives.
Meanwhile, along with the 7 impaired driving charges, another 337 infringement notices were issued on day 1 of 2019. Kritika Kumar, FBC News.
A 47-year-old driver from Nambautini, Sambeto was arrested yesterday after he was found with a small plastic containing white crystals believed to be methamphetamine. The arrest was made at the Sambeto junction after the suspect's vehicle was searched. The man is in custody and the suspected drugs have been taken for analysis. Meanwhile, police made 8 other drug arrests over the weekend and all suspects are in custody. 50,000 residents in Nausori are expected to be affected by the Waila water treatment plant shutdown scheduled for this Sunday. Water Authority says they will be placing a new duplicated pipeline to improve water supply to the Nausori reticulation system. Kelly Vadala with the details.
Majority of residents living in Baulevu to Kesavu right up to the Rewa Delta in Nausori will be affected by the Waila water treatment shutdown.
Shutdown is due to the commissioning of the duplication main from the Waila treatment plant to the Ndui-Loma-Loma road. There's a portion there that we need to connect and commission it. There's already an existing line that comes out of the Waila treatment plant that feeds directly to the trans to the Raralevu reservoir and also feed into the Real Depot reservoir.
The WEF General Manager Customer Services says the water shutdown will be from 6 a.m. Sunday till 6 a.m. Monday.
Also water cutting will be provided, and also we'll be putting out the standby tanks or water tanks. We'll be placing it at strategic locations around the affected areas.
WEF has also activated an emergency toll-free line 1507 where Fijians can call to request for water trucks if they need refilling. Meanwhile, the authority will be holding a stakeholder consultation in Nausori tomorrow to discuss the shutdown and its works. Kelly Vadala, FBC News.
The Fiji Sugar Corporation is undertaking several initiatives to encourage large-scale cane development in the north. Eleanor Tarangaivu reports as part of its 5-year cane development plan, FSC is to develop 12,000 acres of large-scale cane farms.
The Fiji Sugar Corporation has hired contractors to assist in lifting the productivity of its 1,300-acre Senganga estate farm.
We'll work to make this a model farm, and I acknowledge the help of our contractors who are assisting us in lifting the productivity of this farm, which we're starting to see with cane fields like we see around us now.
The estate development comes under the straight lease option, one of the 3 initiatives now undertaken by the FSC to encourage large-scale cane production.
This whole initiative fits very much within the strategy of the industry to try and drive cane production through larger areas, but then also, we mustn't forget, through better yield.
Another large-scale cane development initiative is the joint venture farms. Already there are 5 in the Northern Division, 2 in Boa, 2 in Lambasa and 1 in Senganga.
Now we got cane growing. It's important that we look after the cane. But the most important thing is in the industry we have to look outside the box sometimes. Look for options that is unique.
The third large-scale sugarcane farming initiative is the 100% option, where FSC is purely engaged in a consultative manner only and the landowners handle cultivation and farming. FSC charges a 5% management fee for this option. Eleanor Turangaivu, FBC News.
Coming up in sports later with Koroi Tandulala, Nandi's Jet Runners Club to introduce new categories in its race this year. But Rachel joins you now with business.
Thanks, Jackie. Good evening, and coming up after the break. Full GPH ownership will increase value chain, says FNPF. And in growing Fiji, fund to upgrade some of its hotels this year. Stay with us.
Voila, I am Eleanor. For the best classic hits, I only listen to Gold FM here in Singapore. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Seni Rawa. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nausori. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Dino. I'm from Outrigger, Coral Coast, Singapore. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Salote. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nausori. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Bula, my name is Mariva. Gold FM plays the best classics here in Outrigger, Singapore.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Leading business tonight, the Fiji National Provident Fund, who now fully owns the Grand Pacific Hotel, says the investment is aligned to increase their value chain in the tourism and hospitality industry. The FNPF acquired the remaining 75% shares from Papua New Guinea partners, National Superannuation Fund and CGA Properties Limited in November last year. The fund paid $36 million for the shares. Pranita Prakash reports.
Having full ownership of the Grand Pacific Hotel is a great investment for FNPF, as the hotel has built a strong brand for the Suva market.
When you talk about accommodation or tourism in Suva, the premium market, which hotel comes to mind? GPH. So it's good for the members, it's good for the locals, so we capture the total. That means all the revenue comes in belongs to the members or GPH. Eh?
Koroi says the fund will go through a robust process to assess the long-term management of the hotel.
As of now, it is business continues as is. There's a board and there's a management that runs the hotel currently, but we're exploring the opportunity of joint management, which we will be in the next couple of months or so.
GPH was originally built in 1914 and continued to operate before its closure in early 1990s. The hotel now has 113 rooms including 10 suites and is one of Suva's leading choice for accommodation and hosting of events. Pranita Prakash, FBC News.
And we now join Sinifa from HFC Bank with the latest from the trading world.
Equities around the world rose on Monday as possible progress in resolving the trade dispute between the United States and China created some investor optimism in what has been a punishing year-end for markets. The rise in U.S. equities mirrored that in Asian and European markets, which were also kept up by trade optimism. The Aussie dollar has been lifted by a slump in the greenback, while the Kiwi has been trading in tandem to the performance of global equities. It managed to find support on a slide of the dollar weighing heavily on the greenback. New Zealand's September quarter GDP climbed by 0.3%, underwhelming all expectations, while annual growth shrank from 3.2% to 2.6% for the year. That's it from HFC Bank for now. Vinaka.
Thanks, Anifa. On to the exchange rates. As it was set this morning, the slide of the US dollar has seen the Fiji dollar on the rise. It gained against the Chinese yuan and the greenback, as well as the New Zealand dollar, the kina and the euro. However, lost a little ground against the Aussie and Japanese yen. Looking at the commodity prices, crude oil rose slightly, approaching $46 a barrel. Gold closed up $2 at $1,280 per ounce, and silver closed at $15.43 an ounce. And in growing Fiji tonight, the Fiji National Provident Fund is planning to upgrade some of its hotels this year. Chief Executive Chachi Koroi says Westin Denarau Island Resort and Sheraton Fiji in Nandi are the two hotels the Superannuation Fund has identified. Koroi adds the FNPF will complete the restructure of the old Nandi Hotel by the end of this year. The project will cost around $23 million.
There's a project in Nandi, which we have the old Nandi hotel, which we are now building a three-story commercial and retail development.
And that's a wrap from the business desk for tonight. Koroi joins you now with the latest in sports.
Good evening. Coming up, London Irish signs duo Albert Twiswe and Alivereti Veitokani, and the National Women's Football League secures an international player. This and more after the break.
Hi, I'm Jyotishma. I'm from Singatoka. I love listening to Mirchi FM. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM is #1.
I'm Charlene Robert. Mirchi FM rocks in Lambasa.
I'm Soname Nasori Jackson. Mirchi FM is hot.
My name is Raymond Dutt. I'm in Baba Singh Alliance. Mirchi FM is hot in Lambasa.
I'm Pritika from Jax Nasori. I love listening to Mirchi FM here in Nasori. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
The Fiji Sevens team today had their first training session of the year to prepare for the Hamilton Sevens in New Zealand on the 26th and 27th of this month. The Gareth Baber coached side will be in camp until Friday. Baber says all the players need to be on the same page if they want to retain their Hamilton title. He is closely monitoring the progress of the players and they are also aware of what is expected of them. Fiji is pooled with Australia, Argentina and Wales in the Hamilton Sevens. London Irish has announced the signing of Fiji Airways Flying Fijians duo Albert Twiswe and Alivereti Vetokani. Both players were in the Flying Fijian squad on the Europe tour, which included wins over France and Uruguay. The Fiji National Women's Football League has secured one international player and is seeking a second as they prepare for the Pacific Games in July. Fiji Football Association Chief Executive Mohammed Yusuf says the team is targeting gold in Samoa. Yusuf says they need a strong team as they set their sight for gold in the Pacific Games next July.
The national coach and Marika Rondu and them will be scouting for more talents. We'll probably try and secure another US-based player whose parents are, her parents are still trying to secure the Fijian passport for her. If that happens, then we'll have two overseas-based players in that.
Women's national coach Marika Rondu says players need more international tournaments for exposure.
We want to apply for some games with some overseas teams, just to bring in some consistency and add more game time and profile to this place. Since last December till our last game against New Zealand, the group that I had had played 14 games in total. So we want to increase that base.
The final team is expected to be announced after a series of ongoing tournaments earlier this year. Kuroi Tandulala, FBC Sports. Nandi's Jet Runners Club is introducing a 5-kilometer and a 1.5-kilometer run to its road racing event this year in Nandi. Club President Abhinesh Kumar says the 5-kilometer race will feature participants from secondary school level, open, veteran and masters 50+, while the 1.5-kilometer category will be contested by the under-12. The 4-leg road race series is designed to help with the health and fitness of all Fijians in the country.
Last run we have 100+ runners, so I'm expecting 150 to 200 runners this time into the series. And there will be prizes, points differential system in the series, and the prizes for the first, second, third place getters for the winners of the overall series.
The biggest event of the sporting year for Kiwis will undoubtedly be the Rugby World Cup. And while the All Blacks are on holiday before the big season, there's plenty to do behind the scenes. In today's Play of the Day, we take a look at how Russell Westbrook of the Oklahoma City basketball team throws the inbound pass off Rodney Hood, grabs it and sinks the jumper to beat the first half buzzer. That's it from Sports Tonight. Angie joins you later on with weather. And in the world of the not so weird and wonderful, a hotel room that costs $80,000 per night. Details coming up.
मैं नवनीत नंद नंबुआ से जैसे प्रेनी नोट मशहूर है वैसे रेडियो फिजी 2 भी सभी जगह मशहूर है। रेडियो फिजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
सीमा नकाशी से मैं रेडियो फिजी 2 पसंद करती हूँ सुनने के लिए। रेडियो फिजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
मैं हूँ अंकल किंग सिंगाटोका टाउन के टैक्सी ड्राइवर। जैसे रग्बी फेमस है वैसे रेडियो फिजी 2 फेमस है।
रेडियो फिजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
In tonight's new media, Earth is the first augmented reality-enabled globe that lets you see our planet's changes across history. It's weather time now with Angie.
Hello there and welcome to the Weather World. We're clear of TD03F, which is a bit of relief, but there's formation of TD04F and TD05F, which is likely to merge and follow a path similar to TD03F. It will spread out to Vanuatu and surrounding areas. We could expect heavy showers and winds speeding up to 63 knots. Please take heed and be prepared. Also, don't swim in flooded creeks or rivers as it's very unsafe. Taking a look in the west, it's been quite sunny, but rain clouds have gathered, so rain is likely. Eastwards from Peck Harbor to Suva, another wonderful sun-struck day with showers indicated for overnight. And up north, after a few light showers, it was clear, but it won't be for long as heavy showers and squally thunderstorms have been predicted as per the forecast. At sea, southeast winds 25 to 30 knots. The sea is rough, so please monitor the sea situation before you plan to go out. For the tides, low tide at 11:30 p.m. with high tide at 5:38 a.m. Sunrise at 6:35. For tomorrow, there is huge bands of rain, accompanied by TD04F just above Vanua level, which is likely to affect. Tomorrow's temps, Suva and Savu will be the two cool centers at 27 degrees. And looking further into Friday, the bad wet weather is expected to continue. Please stay safe and stay indoors if the weather deteriorates. And that's all from the FBC Weather World. Jackie.
Thanks so much for that, Angie. In the world of the not so weird and wonderful, we take a look at the most expensive hotel in the world, which is in Geneva with a price of $80,000 per night. In Fijian Pulse, we asked, should there be more awareness on cybercrime?
There should be more awareness on cyber crime, especially in the villages and for the teenage and young group of people, because they are mostly on the social media things.
Yes, because people abuse Facebook.
Yes, there should be, because there are some people who don't really know how to use social media.
Yes, there should be more awareness since there's too much hacking of accounts and etc.
Recapping the main stories for tonight, TD04F expected to be in Fiji waters by tomorrow night. Minister issues stern directive to school heads, and 6 suspects in custody for 4 alleged murder cases. Now for these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. To our poll question segment this week, we're asking, do you think you will keep your New Year's resolution? Visit our FBC website to answer. Before we go, our shot of the day. Here is a photo of the last sunset for 2018 taken at the Suva Harbour, and the picture was sent in by Kimberly Singh. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. You can also follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. That was your FBC News for tonight. From the team and I, good night.
मैं नवनीत नंद नंबुआ से, जैसे प्रेनी नोट मशहूर है वैसे रेडियो फीजी 2 भी सभी जगह मशहूर है। रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
सीमा नकाशी से मैं रेडियो फीजी 2 पसंद करती हूँ सुनने के लिए। रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
मैं हूँ अंकल किंग सिंगाटोका टाउन के टैक्सी ड्राइवर। जैसे रग्बी फेमस है वैसे रेडियो फीजी 2 फेमस है।
रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।